From the top, one more time.
Welcome everybody, CJ Double B back with you again in Houston.
What's up, I'm C.
I'm Jay.
I'm B.
I'm B.
And we were just recently in Dallas. Was on the phone a whole lot with multiple churches and got in contact with Gateway Church, who's a big congregation of around 30,000 people. So they have a big reach. And they put me in contact with a guy named John Ramsey, who is the head of Hands of Hope. And John had been in contact with a guy named Eric, who has just recently been homeless, and he lives in his 1994 Chevy pickup truck, red Chevy pickup truck, and lives right behind a Dairy Queen in Fort Worth, Texas.
So like Jake said, we got in contact with Eric. We spent an entire day with him, seeing kind of what his issues were with the truck and everything. So we ended up taking the pickup into a mechanic shop and getting it looked at. And while it was getting checked out, we went to a park, ate some Whataburger with Eric, and kind of heard his story. He has a really interesting story. He graduated from Kansas State with a computer science degree, and then right after college joined the rodeo for a couple of years. He was in that for 6 years, and then after that, he went back and furthered his education, went to DeVry University, and then he worked with the FBI for a while. He worked at IBM. He's had a couple of different jobs, bounced around. But I don't know what to say next. I froze.
He moved to Texas and to help out his dad who was getting sick, and he caught a couple bad breaks and put him out in the streets for a little bit.
Yeah, so we, after like hanging out, the mechanics took a lot longer just because his truck was pretty old and they were running all these tests. So we put him up in a hotel for a couple nights while the mechanics were still checking everything out. And while we, were paying for the hotel and dropping him off and everything, you could tell how appreciative he was of us and how much it meant to him. And we said, we hope we can help you out and get your truck fixed. And he said it didn't really even matter because he said just hanging out with us for the day was on the top of his list of the past couple months, which was awesome. So we're hoping, we're in contact with John, who's helping Eric out since we're not there anymore. So we'll have more on the blog and stuff as we hear updates from Eric and John. And definitely check out Hands of Hope and John Ramsey. John Ramsey's a great dude, and Hands of Hope does awesome things with figuring out the root cause of people's homelessness and getting them off the street. So they've already gotten, since the year started, they've already gotten 8 homeless people approved for housing and still working on getting even more approved. So definitely check them out.
So that being said, go ahead and keep Eric and his dog Coco and John and everyone involved there still in thoughts and prayers. Also, shout out to John for being just an awesome guy to be around in general. Great positive outlook on life. And also shout out to my Aunt Myra. She's a beautiful lady, great host, fantastic chef. And her husband, less pretty, my Uncle Bill, but maybe better chef. Had a blast staying there. Also, shout out Nick Myers and Jack Coon for showing us Austin for a little bit too.
Yeah, and I know Eric once in a while has connection to internet and stuff in the hotel and stuff. So if you're watching this, what's up, Eric? Pet Coco for me.
Yeah, also shout out Whataburger for being the best fast food chain in the entire United
Oh,
States.
also, Shalotsky's Deli.
It is still average.
Stop it.
Still average.
They went out of business in Indiana. They're open in the South. If you're
Still
in the South,
subpar at best.
Shalotsky's.
Subpar.
Get it.
Great
Great
when everyone
sandwich
eats
place.
something you can't spell.
Great sandwich place.
All right,
let's-
CJ Double B are out.
You're out. I'm
So we're doing highs and lows?
I'm B.
I'm B.
I'm Jay.
Highs and lows?
Sure.
Highs and lows. Go ahead.
High for me, got to see some family I don't get to see necessarily too often. Yeah, including one of my cousins. Got to meet her new boyfriend. Seems like a good guy. Low for me is, what?
Do we just do highs?
Well, low. Well, I just wait in the parking lot for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, we just do highs.
A high for me was
That's negative.
seeing seeing the reaction from Eric when we were leaving, when he was in the hotel. Just getting very sentimental and just meant a whole lot to us. And my low probably was just learning about, his story and how he, was in a really good situation, caught a few bad breaks, and then, was out in the streets. So that was my low.
Yeah, Jake took my high, so I guess other than that one, I'll go with we went to Austin for the 4th and had a blast with Nick Myers and Jack Kuhn. So that was a lot of fun.
Pretty high.
Hanging out with them was a blast. And then low, I got pretty sunburnt that day. That was kind of a bummer, but can't complain.
My high would be, along with Jake's also, the ribs Cam's Uncle Bill cooked were unreal. So it was awesome to have some nice Texas smoked ribs. My low would definitely be the first day we met Eric. I said it in my blog. He said like the most like depressing thing about like not even being homeless, because he doesn't even look homeless. He dresses really well.
Yeah.
He just said like one of the things that upsets him the most is like he walks around, he'll say good morning and say hi to people, and people look so uninterested and so like not
disconnected.
Yeah, and so it was like a huge shock. It was like within 5 minutes of meeting him, this is like the first thing he said. So it just like says a lot about society, that this guy who's had it pretty rough the past couple months, and says that's the most depressing thing to him. So that was definitely a big eye opener and a shocker.
All right.
Well, see
We're in
you
Houston
guys.
now. So looking forward to what we got going on here.
Until next time.
I'm B.
B.
Jay.
Still C.